الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. Just to very quickly review, can someone remind us of the dua that we did yesterday? The dua itself, yeah. Okay. Yeah, very good, mashallah. I'm just trying to find it. It was on the board just now, but... Okay, well, anyway, wherever it is, here it is. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-barasi wal-judami wal-jununi wa min sayyi al-asqam. And we read it yesterday, and then for some of us it might still be a little bit hard to remember. But the way that we can remember these things is just by merely making it a regular practice. If we say it after every salah, or whenever we make dua before iftar or whatever it is, then it'll be very easy to remember these things, these duas. May Allah give us tawfiq. So again, let's all say it one time together. This is yesterday's dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-barasi wal-judami wal-jununi wa min sayyi al-asqam. Okay, now for today's dua. Here we go. Okay, so we'll say it one time together. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'i al-akhlaq. Again, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'i al-akhlaq. One more time. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'i al-akhlaq. Okay, so yesterday we talked about protection from physical ailments. Today the dua is about protection from spiritual ailments. Okay, so what it means is, oh Allah, I seek your protection from shiqaq. Shiqaq has a pretty encompassing, pretty comprehensive meaning, but we can basically understand that it means disagreement. One nifaq, nifaq means hypocrisy. Su'il akhlaq, that means bad character. So it means, oh Allah, I seek your protection from disagreement, hypocrisy, and evil character, or bad character. Okay, so let's try to break this down a little bit, then we'll take a minute or two to memorize it, inshallah. This is a very short one, so hopefully it won't be hard for us to memorize. So the first thing is, the Prophet ﷺ sought protection from disagreement. So there's a lot of different things that this could refer to. But just by looking at how encompassing and how comprehensive this dua is, we again get a glimpse into the immense wisdom that the Prophet ﷺ possessed. So he taught us that even 1400 years later, this is something that you'll need to keep in mind. How many of us have seen organizations or groups and they're prospering, they were doing so well, but what happened? Some disagreement arose, the group ended up splintering apart, people weren't cooperating anymore, and it didn't have the same level of progress and same level of prosperity that it experienced before. Why? All due to one thing, shiqaq, disagreement. Right? So the Prophet ﷺ taught us to seek protection from disagreement. Again, normally these things, the way that the human psyche works, is that we only think of something after it happens. So if one of us is involved in something, some organization or project, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out and people disagree and then it falls apart, we say, oh man, this is so bad, I wish that didn't happen. But the Prophet ﷺ taught us to, before that even happens, we should seek protection from it. So from disagreement. So this could be disagreement in our organizations, in our group efforts. That could be one thing. In our masajid, in our whatever it is. Or it could be even disagreement in our families. How many times have we seen that, unfortunately, some people's marriages, it's hard for them to maintain it? Or their relationship with their siblings or their parents or whatever it is. It all boils down to one thing, disagreement, shiqaq. So the Prophet ﷺ taught us that we must seek protection from this. If we ask Allah Ta'ala for protection from shiqaq every single day, then inshallah Allah Ta'ala will protect us from disagreement in our families, amongst our friends, in our organizations, in our groups, in masajid, whatever it is. Right? So this is a very, very important dua. One nifaq. Nifaq means hypocrisy. So this could mean a couple of things. This could mean either the greater hypocrisy, which is proclaiming faith outwardly but not actually having faith inside. Or it can even mean hypocrisy on a smaller level, on a smaller scale, which would be that you have a tendency to say something but not do it. Or you act one way with some people, but in reality you're a different way. That's also being two-faced. It's also a form of hypocrisy. Or it can also mean any of the characteristics of hypocrites. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ayatul munafiqi thalath, إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذِبْ, وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفْ, وَإِذَا اؤْتُمِنَ خَانَ. The Prophet ﷺ said that the signs of hypocrites are three. When they speak, they lie. When they promise, they break the promise. Whenever they're entrusted with something, they betray the trust. So when nifaq, when we ask protection from this, it could also be asking for protection from the various qualities of hypocrisy. May Allah protect us from that. وَسُوءِ الْأَخْلَاقِ, and from bad character. We know from hadith that the heaviest thing on the scale on the Day of Judgment is going to be good character. Allah Ta'ala said to the Prophet ﷺ, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You have tremendous character. There's a hadith in Tabarani that's reported by Anas radiallahu anhu saying that there might be a person who has good character and he'll reach a very high stage through his good character, even if he doesn't really have so much ibadah. Maybe he's not praying all night, maybe he's not doing so many extra fasts and stuff, but by virtue of his good character, Allah Ta'ala will exalt him to a very high status. And there might be somebody who is the opposite, who has bad character, and due to his bad character, he'll plunge depths into Jahannam. May Allah Ta'ala protect us from that. How many times has it been that we maybe said something to somebody and afterwards like, oh man, why did I say that? I wish I didn't say that. I wish I just kept my mouth shut. So many times. I'm sure that happened to all of us. So then this dua actually teaches us what to do. We're seeking protection from Allah Ta'ala from bad character. If we make a habit of reading this every day, then inshallah those situations won't arise. Or when we're interacting with somebody and we say or do something that we wish we didn't do or we didn't say. Right? Because if we seek protection from Allah Ta'ala from bad character, then Allah Ta'ala will inshallah protect us from bad character. And those things won't arise from us. How many times has it been that we've seen somebody who was wronged in some way, and then they acted in such a magnanimous way? They acted with such tremendous character. Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha people began spreading a rumor that she committed adultery. She was a very chaste woman. So this was something that was a huge insult to her. On top of that, she was a wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was an insult to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one of the people that was involved in this, he was a Sahabi, he unfortunately fell into this. His name was Hassan bin Thabit radiallahu anhu. So one time, years later, Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha, she praised Hassan bin Thabit. And people are like, him? Don't you know? Innahu mimman. He's from the people, they couldn't even say it. He's one of those people. Don't you remember? He's one of the people that spread the rumor about you. And she said, isn't he also the one who defended the Prophet ﷺ? Isn't he also the one that composed poetry praising the Prophet ﷺ? Why can't we look at his good deeds and the good things that he did and just overlook that one small bad thing? We see things like this and we're amazed. We say, how amazing must the character of Sayyidah Aisha have been? That she was slandered by this person. He participated in spreading a false rumor about her, basically detracting from her honor, yet she was so overlooking of his fault. We say, wow, that's amazing. How many times have we had it that their friends or family members, they've been wrong, but they're like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. And then we know inside we're boiling for them. We want to get back at that person for them. And we know if that happened to us, then like all hell would break loose. But for them, they're like, oh, it's okay, no problem. So we're like, wow, that's amazing character. So we're asking for protection from Allah Ta'ala from bad character. So this is a very important dua as well. We'll say it a few times. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Now we're going to say it in just two statements. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Okay, let's try that again. من الشقاق والنفاق وسوء الأخلاق. Okay, getting better. من الشقاق والنفاق وسوء الأخلاق. Much better, mashallah. One more time. من الشقاق والنفاق وسوء الأخلاق. Okay, now in two statements. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Okay, now in one long statement. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Okay, one more time. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Yeah, we see from this how wise the Prophet ﷺ was. He would ask for protections from physical ailments, as we saw yesterday, and also from spiritual ailments. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, he's an amazing example for all of us. We just look at his du'as and then we see what we should ask Allah Ta'ala for. Okay, one more time. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ash-shiqaqi wal-nifaqi wa su'il akhlaq. Okay, now I'll hear it from 3 people. Or let's do 4 people. Any volunteers? Okay, go ahead. Very good, mashallah. Let's hear it from one more. Yeah. Mashallah. Okay, that's 3. One more. Yeah, go ahead. Very good, mashallah, mashallah. And can someone tell me what it means without looking? Very good, mashallah. Jazakullahu Khairun. May Allah give us tawfiq.